Hi everyone, and welcome back to day 3 of our article about slang on English for You. I'm Pat.
And I'm Mike.
So over the last 2 days, we've looked at 6 reasons to study slang. Number 1, to learn how to communicate with everyone in every situation, a professional one or just on the street in a casual situation.
Second good reason, to understand different cultures, as slang usually comes from smaller groups within a culture, and slang connects with culture. It also comes from different generations of people. So to communicate with people of different ages, slang can be very useful.
Reason 3, to prevent misunderstandings, as some slang might sound bad when really it means something good.
Absolutely. Number 4, today's slang could become tomorrow's regular speech. As you said, Shakespeare wrote in a slang form 500 years ago, but a lot of the words he invented are now regular words. So slang does have this way of often becoming part of everyone's mainstream vocabulary.
Okay, number 5, slang is everywhere in movies, music, sport, and more. And if you don't learn it, you'll still enjoy those things, but you'll maybe miss out on the really fulfilling, rewarding experience of truly understanding it.
People might think you're chuggy.
Oh yeah, don't want to be that.
You don't want to be chuggy.
Whatever it means.
Exactly. Number 6, slang helps you express yourself. For sure, if you're a writer, if you're a musician and you're writing words for songs or writing characters in a story, you can express yourself or let the characters express themselves. And maybe if you grow up using certain slang terms, those are the words that mean exactly what you're trying to say. And another more sort of old style or standard mainstream word might not quite reach the meaning you're going for.
Okay, well, of course, slang just keeps coming. Every new generation, as Mike said, brings its own slang, and thanks to the technology of social media, it spreads very quickly today. And we have some new slang terms from the last couple of years to look at in our article today. Let's check them out.
Reading. How studying slang can help you. Teacher number 1. As you can see, there are plenty of reasons to learn slang. Let's now take a quick glance at some slang that's become popular in recent years. Yeet. This one has several meanings. It can be a verb, in which case it means to throw something with confidence and vigor. It's also the sound you make when you throw something in this way. Yeet can also be used as an exclamation of excitement. Sus. This expression is easier to understand as it's just short for suspect or suspicious. If someone's acting sus, they might be up to no good. The expression comes from the online game Among Us and is used to cast suspicion on players. No cap. This one means the same as no lie. It signals that you're making a truthful statement or giving your honest opinion. On the other hand, if you are capping, then you're lying or bragging. Tea. Tea means gossip, so spilling the tea is sharing gossip. It can mean secrets or just any news that needs to be shared.
So we start back here with teacher number 1 from the first day. His picture appears and he says, as you can see, there are plenty of reasons to learn slang.
Right, we went over 6 of them in the last couple of days. And the teacher goes on to say, let's now take a quick glance at some slang that's become popular in recent years. We're not talking about Shakespeare slang or Beatles slang like the word gear, which I think meant cool back in the early 1960s. We're talking about today's slang, 21st century slang. All right, so let's take a look here, or let's take a glance. Well, a glance is what we're going to be doing with some of the new slang terms. What is a glance? it's a quick look at something, all right? It could be physically, you could just look over at something, or it could be more of an information kind of way. Let's learn about this really quickly. Let's pay attention to this, but not in a deep way. We're not going to study it for weeks or even hours. We're going to learn about it for a few minutes just to give you the basic information. But when we talk about looking, yeah, if you look quickly at something, don't fix your eyes on it for very long. You just identify it and then move on with your life. That is a glance, probably because it's really not that important. For example, when a man sat next to her on the bus, Jessie took a quick glance at him just to see, who it was. Don't know that guy. All right, move on with my life.
Exactly. So, yeet.
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 This is slang, or are you having a bad reaction to your lunch?
No,
okay.
it is our first word of slang.
Oh, yeet. Okay.
Y-E-E-T. Yeet. And this one has several meanings.
Has nothing to do with yeast?
Nope.
Like you use to make bread rise?
Nope.
Y-E-A-S-T? No, okay.
Nope.
I give up. Let's see what the article says. It says, it can be a verb. I yeet.
Yes.
You yeet. He, she, it yeets.
Yes.
Okay, it can be a verb, in which case it means to throw something with confidence and vigor. So can you yeet me the baseball? Wow. Interesting. All right, well, to do anything with confidence, whether you're yeeting or speaking or eating, I don't think you can really eat with confidence. Yeah, maybe you can, but to do it with confidence is basically to do it in a way that you're sure of yourself. You have positive attitude. You are focused on success, okay? So confidence is that feeling you have, right? If someone's like, I think you can win, and you're like, no, I can win. Wow, you have a lot of confidence. You're very positive. You're very sure of yourself. You don't think anything bad is going to happen. You have the situation under control 100%. For example, I'm not sure I have the confidence to try mountain climbing. So to yeet is to throw not only with confidence, but also with vigor.
Yeah, with vigor. Okay. Vigor is energy. It's physical strength and plenty of good health. So if you had a ball and you're going to throw it to somebody, that ain't no yeeting it. You don't yeet it like that. If you're like, well, I'm not sure if I'm going to make it, that's not a yeet. But if it's whoa, that is a yeet.
Are you a pitcher in an MLB team?
No, but I could be.
The way you yeeted that bread bun at my head.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
But that's not its only meaning.
No, it's not. And actually, this sort of makes a bit more sense to me. Yeet, the article continues on and tells us, it's also the sound you make when you throw something in this way. I can almost picture a cartoon character sort of saying this or having the sound above their head as they throw something. Yeet! They throw it across the room to someone else with confidence and vigor, of course.
Of course. Okay, but again, there's more. Yeet can also be used as an exclamation of excitement.
Now that makes much more sense.
Exactly.
Yeet.
So, yeah, an exclamation is a sound or a word a person uses when they're not really thinking. It just kind of comes out, often loudly, in reaction to something like, what? Or something like that. Aya, or in Taiwan, ayo.
Right, okay.
That would be an exclamation. Ayoya. That's an exclamation.
That's complicated.
I know, but so you might get excited about something, go, there's a party on Friday, eat!
Okay.
That's it.
And my cat just had kittens. Double yeet. Oh, wow. I'm really excited about things. All right. So there you go. Yeet. Let's move on. Here's another one. Sus. If something is sus, what does it mean? Well, this expression, it says, is easier to understand. Yep. As it's just short for suspect or suspicious. So you just take the first three letters of those words, suspect or suspicious, and say, that seems kind of sus to me. It seems kind of suspicious to me because sus is short for suspect or suspicious. When something is short for, or to be short for something, basically we're talking about an abbreviation. When we say okay, that's short for, well, actually, what is that short for?
All correct.
All correct, right. Or if we say USA, that's short for United States of America. That type of thing. We use this with lots of words. mainly because we use the words quite frequently or the full form is very long. Yesterday we talked about advertisements. We just say ads because it's short for advertisement. It just takes less time and is easier to say. So sus is short for suspicious or suspect.
All right, let's take a look at that first one. Okay, so here we've got the word suspect, but it's an adjective. As a suspect noun, if somebody is a suspect, we think they've done something bad. But if something is suspect, then this something or someone, it cannot be trusted or cannot be believed. There's something not quite right about it. It's maybe a little wrong. It's maybe this person is not telling you the truth or something like that. We're not sure we can trust it. For example, do we really need to cross this old rope bridge? It looks pretty suspect to me. I think it will break. So that's suspect, but what about suspicious?
Means kind of the same thing. As something is suspicious, it just gives you a feeling that something isn't quite right. All the things you're seeing don't seem to add up to make sense, or they're showing you that something not good might be happening when you're being tricked to think that something is good. If you see a suspicious person hanging around in front of a bank, you might wait or call the police or something like that. If someone tells you something and it doesn't match up with what they told you before, or just the way they're telling you, their body language or the sound of their voice is making you go, I don't think they're telling me the truth. You're thinking that person is kind of suspicious.
So the article says if someone's acting sus, they might be up to no good.
There you go. If they're acting suspicious, they might be up to no good.
And of course, be up to no good means doing something bad or illegal.
It's doing something sus.
Yes, exactly.
All right, back to the article. Now, where does sus come from? This is interesting. The expression comes from the online game Among Us and is used to cast suspicion on players. This is a popular game. I think it's a four-person game, and you kind of have to figure out which of the four people is the killer, the bad guy.
Yes.
That kind of thing. So it's all about being suspicious, but not being too suspicious, because then it's easy to catch you. To cast suspicion on somebody or something is basically to do something or to say something that makes people suspicious about a person or a thing, including yourself. You could cast suspicion on yourself by doing things that seem sus to others, or if another person does something, like as I said earlier, tells you something, but the way they're telling you or what you know from before doesn't match up, you're casting suspicion on themselves by acting in a way that makes you think they are being tricky or lying or something.
And I'm going to just cut in here with a piece of British slang that means the same thing. Dodgy.
Dodgy, okay.
Yeah, if someone's being dodgy, if this person's a bit dodgy, then they're sus. It means the same thing. All right, now we're going on to our third slang term for today, no cap.
No cap.
No cap.
I don't have a hat on?
Well, it could mean that, but of course with slang it's never quite so literal and obvious. No cap, this one means the same as no lie.
Oh, you're not being sus, you're telling the truth.
Exactly.
No cap. It signals, the article says, that you're making a truthful statement or giving your honest opinion. You don't want people to cast suspicion on you. You don't want to seem sus. So you want to be no cap at all times, okay? When we signal something, here we're not talking about signal as a noun, like a traffic signal, a red light, a green light, a stop sign, something like that. What we're talking about here is signal as a verb. Basically, we're communicating, we're showing you in some way that something is happening or will happen. When you raise your eyebrows to someone and you kind of like do this, like, do you want to leave? Do you want to go? Are you ready to go? I want to go. You're signaling to someone. When a police officer blows a whistle and holds up a hand, they're signaling to you to stop or to be careful because traffic will be moving or something like that. So we can do it with words, we can do it with body language, but basically we're sending a message about something happening soon or even now. For example, Walter talked quickly. which always signals that he is excited. When Walter gets excited, he talks really quickly, so you don't even have to know what he's talking about to know that he's excited about it because he's talking really fast.
That did indeed signal he was excited.
Oh, I'm as excited as Walter.
So saying
No cap.
No cap. Indeed.
Yeah.
Well, saying no cap signals you're being truthful. So let's find out what that means. So truthful is generally used to be talking about a person, but it could also describe a statement. It's a truthful statement. It is the truth. If a person is truthful, they are honest. They are telling the truth. Certainly right now, if you say a person is truthful, you usually mean they're always honest. They almost always tell the truth. So for example, we could say, after asking him a few questions, I realized that he wasn't being truthful. I knew he was lying. So you say no cap to show you're going to make a truthful statement.
What is a statement? A statement is something you say. Usually something kind of important, something that means something. You want other people to listen and pay attention to what you're saying. If you say, I'm tired, I guess that's a statement, but you say, I'm going to bed and I don't want to be woken up until 8 o'clock tomorrow. Well, that's a bit more of a statement. You're kind of saying something very clearly with all the information there, and it's something that you're trying to get people to really listen, pay attention to. It's an idea you're definitely trying to communicate as clearly as possible. Often when the government has something important that people need to know, they will put out some kind of statement. This will be in the newspaper and on the news, and people will listen to it because it's important information.
Okay, so that's no cap. As the article says, however, on the other hand, if you are capping, then you're lying or bragging.
Really?
Yeah, so cap, no cap. So
Donald Trump is always capping about how rich he is.
exactly.
Okay.
So this phrase, on the other hand, is one of the many ways we have in English to show contrast. On the one hand, on the other hand. This is possible. On the other hand, this could be possible.
And this word brag, now it's a verb here. I guess we could use it as a noun. It's more generally used as a verb when you're showing off by talking about how great you are and fantastic you are and wonderful you are and how everyone loves me and thinks I'm great and I'm so awesome. It's just kind of hard to be me because, you know, I'm fantastic.
Yeah.
Did I tell you I'm great?
You did,
And
yeah.
I'm rich?
No cap, you told me that.
Okay, I just wanted to make that very clear. Yeah, so you're bragging. You're kind of like, everyone's like, all right. You did good. You won the thing. Fantastic. You got the good mark. Just stop talking about it because you're starting to brag.
And bragging is often also making things bigger or better than they really are.
Exaggerating in a way that makes you
Exaggerate.
look good, especially.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 3 down, 1 to go. Our last one is tea.
Like tea? Like a cup of tea? Like
Yep.
tea time?
The foundation
Iced
of
tea?
the British
Bubble milk tea?
Yeah, British Empire, that
Okay.
is. No, in fact, tea means gossip.
Oh,
So spilling the tea
that one.
is sharing gossip.
It's true. Why is the tea the gossip? Why aren't we spilling the coffee?
Well, I guess everyone sits around drinking tea and gossiping.
And when they hear something shocking, they spill the tea. Oh, wow. I
Maybe.
got to tell everyone that gossip is great.
But saying, hey, you know, spill, that's an older
True,
expression for
true.
like,
Give tell me, spill.
Exactly.
Okay.
But whatever we look at it, it is gossip. Tea is gossip. And gossip is conversation about unimportant subjects. You're not discussing deep philosophical matters. You're just talking about what's going on, what's happening around people's lives, often people's private lives. So you're often gossiping, oh, what's that celebrity doing? Did she cheat on him? Did they break up? You know, or soccer gossip. Hey, we're going to sign this great player. We're getting Neymar next season. We're getting Messi.
Really? Is that true?
That's the gossip.
That's the gossip.
Okay. For example, we could say there are many websites and apps that feature celebrity gossip.
Okay, and we often use rumors to talk about the similar kind of thing. It might be in the newspaper, but it's not serious news, and it might not even be official. It's just what people are saying. The article continues, it can mean secrets. When we're talking about spilling the tea, it can mean secrets or just any news that needs to be shared. Well, needs to be shared, or you really want to share it because, you can't wait to
What
tell
happened
someone.
at the party? Spill the tea.
Exactly. All right. There you go. That's very interesting. I kind of like most of those. I'm not sure about yeet, though.
I like it.
I'm still not sure.
Well, that is our 4 slang terms. You can check out one of our activities in the magazine to practice using them and also find a couple more slang terms in there as well. But right now we're going to go to today's For You chat question.
For You chat.
So our chat question is, how many of these terms, these 4 terms, did you know already? And have you used any of them in conversation? So we have yeet.
Nope.
We have cap, no cap.
Not really.
We have tea and we have sus. Yes.
Okay. About half of them, I think. I knew about half of them. And the only one that I guess was confusing was yeet. Because I'd seen it used, but I'd never really tried to figure it out. Have I used them in conversation? No. I don't think I would say spill the tea or sus. Those are the ones I might, use most frequently. The funny thing about slang is, especially when it's slang younger people are using, as an older person, maybe 10 or 15 years older than the cool young kids, when you start to use these words, you feel like people might think you're trying to act young. You know what I mean? Like, I'm hip with the kids, so I'm going to say yeet and sus and no cap.
Right.
So even though I might understand them, I don't know if I would use them as much.
Yeah, I knew tea. I'd seen that one before. Yeet, I'd seen it written as the yeet. I'm excited, but I didn't know it had other meanings.
Right, like throwing, yeah.
Yeah, cap, no cap, that was completely new. Sus, I did know, because it's a fairly obvious one.
Yeah.
If someone says, oh, he's a bit sus, that's fairly obvious. And I think that term has also been used in Britain away from this game just as shorthand, like, oh, that's a bit sus. I wouldn't trust that.
Okay, but
I think I've heard that one before.
I also remember when I lived in England, people would say, I'm going to suss this out.
Yes.
Meaning I'm going to figure something out. I think it was S-U-S-S.
Yes.
So the spelling would be slightly different, but if you're like, I'm not sure, I'll go online and suss this out.
Yeah.
That means I'll get more information and find the answer.
Yeah, and I think that use of, oh, that's a bit sus, would have been with the 2 S's.
Oh,
I have no idea why, and it's often spoken rather than written, but that's maybe why I think I was already aware of it.
English is a living language, and slang
is
is one of the most alive parts of it. Definitely.
But that's all the time we have. Thank you for joining us on this 3-day journey through slang. We'll see you again soon. For English For You, I'm Pat.
And I'm sus. No,
I'm no cap.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeet!
Spill the tea, Pat.
Vocabulary Review.
Glance. The first thing Ian does when he arrives at work is take a glance at his schedule for the day. Confidence. The soccer player has lost his confidence, so it's no wonder he doesn't believe he can play well. Suspect. The man standing in the corner of the store with the big coat looks suspect. I think he might try to steal something. Signal. Tom always looks forward to the bell at the end of class, as it signals it's time to go home. Truthful. Ryan was raised to always be truthful, so he would never tell a lie to his teacher. Gossip. Alice likes to hear gossip about things that have happened at work with her friends.
智慧小補帖
Vigor. Exclamation. Brag.
以上節目是由活用空中美語製作。活用空中美語雜誌，請洽詢全國各大書店。如欲索取視聽教材，請來電02-2364-4000 02-2364-4000，或上網查詢，網址是www.vohc.com www.english4u.net www.english4u.net